Good. Hi, Calgary. It's true, I've been living in the north, pushing snow around with an ATV. Shit, never done anything like that. I grew up in Alberta, too. In Calgary. You guys. I clean up pretty nice, don't I? Anyway, I didn't know this was supposed to be a funny event when I was booked for it. I didn't know that until somebody called me from Fast Forward magazine to interview me, and he said, "So, this is like a comedy evening, right?" And I said, "What?" "Oh, okay. So we're going to run this like a newscast, and I know news isn't funny. I apologize for that, but, you know, we're going to run it Peter Mansbridge style. So we'll start with like kind of a nice entry, something that maybe is a bit concerning. Then we'll go into shocking. Then we'll go into horrific. And then I'll end you off with the puppies and the kitties, okay? Are you guys with me? Okay. This is for winter. It was winter. So I'd been wearing my hottest underwear under the brightest full moons to see what kind of heat I could generate. And you were a winter body, all tight and delicious in wool and favorite scarves. You were wren brown, you were barn swallow teal, you were yellow like daylily death. And what I wouldn't have given to waste a Sunday with you, to preach in your house coat, pray to your soft musculature, sing hymnals to your tibia and fibula. Because yes, we are made of bones, but we are not merely skeletons looking for meat. No, we are shadows and muscles seeking joy. Joy to fill the undefined watery spaces that can become cataracts and cancers all too quickly. You see, my calloused gardener hands had forgotten what it felt like to have soft gnashing breath against their knuckles as I typed. And it was my fault. Yeah, because for too long I'd been letting crusty punks squat in my abandoned warehouse of a life. And they'd been breaking windows, leaving their trash all over, letting their dogs shit all over the floorboards. And I knew it was winter, but I issued them an eviction notice. It went like this: "Dear crusty punk friends, the 90s ended a long time ago. You are merely filthy hippies without the pockets full of love and crystals. It's time to change your pants, stop rebelling against your parents, and get off my couch." Because you see, I'd been remembering things that had everything to do with love. And boy crazy was making me clairvoyant in 10 senses, 10 directions. It felt like I was at a 72-hour World of Warcraft convention. You know, shit tons of Adderall and acne and caffeine, and I was the girl that got to move sleeping bags nightly. Because I was the only girl there. You know, it felt like that, like sweet, hot, wet nerd virginity. And you looked good to me. Like, you looked a bit older. Like, I felt a bit younger. Like, you looked a bit taller. Like, I felt a bit shorter. Like, I was already sinking into an oversized couch with my bra coming off onto the hardwood with the twist of 2 fingers. Like, you looked a little too untampered with, and I kind of wanted to tamper with you a little bit. Like, fuck me if I'm wrong, and I've been wrong, but you looked a little better than you did a few glasses ago, like pavement with a little less spit, like less of a skid, more like, I don't know, a bag of apples or a basket of pears or one of those, well, really nice wooden, like, welcome to my home things from a country fair. You looked like a fervent reckoning of antique talents, like a moonshine still, like the darning of socks, like a good kiss, like a good lie, like, do you have a dog in a fireplace? Because I'd really like to lie down with you because you looked good to me. I asked that you didn't come to me in the spring. I know I'd only arrive unfashionable and sweating in my winter coat. But you see, I kept missing my summers of love diving shipwrecks. It was winter. I was seeking hot bodies to bring back the sun, and you were pure flame. Thank you. Have fun. So, this is kind of like the follow-up thing. It's really neat when you write something and it's kind of desperation. It was out of desperation I wrote that. Let's face it, okay, really. World of Warcraft, look at me. I gotta get on up all in that. Okay, anyway, so then you get what you want, and then you gotta write another poem, and this is the greatest thing about it. So here it is. At 11 p.m., a poetry chapbook tells us that as artists, we like to leave things up to God. So we did. And by 3 a.m. we had destroyed my apartment with our teeth. My belt buckle re-welded itself to the button on your new jeans. My hair left a burn mark in the shape of a griffin on the honey blonde oak wood flooring where my hips met the space between your mouth and every folktale ever spoken. Even Baba Yaga's house was silenced. And under my fingertips, your freckles wrote a word's worth of poetry. We were a rosewood fretboard at a midnight campfire all the way from the hops to the whiskey. We were thieves, our small breaths captive in each other's mouths. And even now, in my pockets, I got a stolen palm full of auburn, a piece of the blue moon, collections of house cats, and keys to other people's boxcars. And the view doesn't look the same here anymore. The old Gary Oaks, the Souk Hills, my neighbor typing in those awful pink pajamas. All are merely curtains made by God to hide my burning nudity that still blushes even though you are gone. Thank you. Love poems. Concerning, shocking, nobody's shocked. Everyone's like, oh, love poems. I know I said I wasn't going to be funny, and everyone's so serious now. I'm sorry. How are you? Good. I need to check in, because we're about to get into horrific. Are you ready? Great. I live in northern British Columbia. I moved there out of a desire to be back in the country and out of the lower mainland in Vancouver and out of paying 3/4 of my income in rent. I also think it's probably the most beautiful place I've ever been on the planet, likely. And you guys know what mountains are like and how majestic and incredible they can be. But when you tie that together with really incredible people in a community, it just compounds. And anyway, it's amazing being in Alberta. Currently, there's a lot of devastation that comes from companies that headquarters are in Calgary, Alberta, that wants to be done to that area. It includes pipelines and some pretty heavy exploration. And it's devastating to me because I want to live there, but I don't want to live on a pipeline. Anyway, I went to university, on a side note, on Alberta, partially on Alberta oil money. And this is what I feel like I got from it. This isn't meant to hurt your feelings. It hurts mine all the time. I wish I could stop saying it. It's meant to be a call to arms. So thanks for being here. Every morning in Vancouver, I'd step onto my front porch to see cranes in construction obscuring my view of mountain lions. This, I'd continually tell myself, is the price I have to pay for living in a myth of progress. But sometimes I'd search False Creek for a promise that the sun will always set, that the murder will still fly east in the evening. Most days it'd say, come on, lady, really, come on. I'm a man-made body of water lapping on an old indie track and a casino. I don't make promises. Frantic, I'd search for baby's breath and storks under my pillow where I'd find nothing but my tongue and an unsigned apology letter. So I'd shut my mouth and return to sleep where my daughters dance safely with bats in wet caves on a dark Sombrio night. You see, there's a lot of stories. There's a story that says I was made from a man's rib. There's another story that says that some water lapped up on some lava rocks mixed with noxious gases turned into fat droplets, and out of the sea we crawled. And really, I don't know about either of those stories. But I do know that there's a lot of stories that say that in the beginning we stole fire. Then we made tools to steal skins. Now we speak with stolen breaths of stolen air, living captive under some fire giant's sword coming to burn our village down. We don't need symbolism to say that everything we touch dies. We are walking combines, wearing ropes made of seal skins, hauling nets, casting steel cages to house the hope we once had in hypothesis. And now that fire and those tools are fusing our skins to the frame, and one drum beats solo. Watch them. They are who you are. Tired mothers home on commuter trains from suburban factories. families traversing garbage dumps for old batteries, men with broken hands and stolen pride. We aren't living in a joke, my friends. No, we are the joke. We're walking home in old shoes round a dusty road where the trickster's never gonna come. And yet the gray-eyed, shape-shifting lizard men laugh in their soups. They bait us like bugs with promises of solution. And while discoveries still wait in the wings of the fruit fly, not so very far off from our own double helix, they build a bunker where they capture stardust to study, and where they can tame it, cage it, and never let it go. But there is no golden harp, no, those magic beans, they are the wolf. Now everybody's in the red, and my, what big eyes, ears, mouth you have. We'll all beat our swords into plowshares, and then what? You see, we bury paradise every time we murder a woodcutter. And now the land is public transit waiting for a suicide bomber. The seas are Joan of Arc and Socrates and Gandhi and Jesus and Weewa and Fosse. And we are Rasputin and 50 Cent. We're spinning folk tales about the virtues of being repeatedly shot and still standing, but we are drowning in our own glacial melt. We are piss in the picnic pit, soap bubbles on the river, cholera in the watershed. We're all naked and tied to the bed of postmodernism, stuffing our highwood so far down our throats, all we can do is moan while we suffocate on the broken promise stolen fire bought us. And now Harriet is dead, and Latin is dead, and Darwin, oh Darwin. Darwin gets to live on while his Galapagos sink into the bottom of an ocean we have never seen because we are too busy taking pictures of Mars. We are 6.5 billion people jumping out of a burning building who can't hear themselves scream. So breathe in. There is carbon in the sky. Breathe in. Can you taste the old growth burning? Breathe in. Number 7 plastics are building homes for the poor. Breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, 'cause bees and butterflies and bats can't find their way home. But you, my dragon people, your tongues are a great euphony of fire. So pull them from the back of your throats and spit your hot lava over those who would try and make this pageant so. Thank you. Okay. So this poem, okay, so now we've left. Here's the puppies and the kittens. Are you guys okay? Shit, man. So I owe being here to a lot of people in my life, and like Andre, I have outrageous family support, but I've also have a lot of friends and family along the way who've helped me be right here today. It takes a lifetime to get anywhere, and some of those people are in this room, but one of those people is not in this room, and he will never be in this room, and it breaks my heart because I know he'd be all over this. And he was from Calgary, and his name is Steve Gillespie. You may know him as Eat Lard Fudge. He was a very dear friend of mine who I pushed to write, and he did more than me in 7 years than I have in the last 12. And he passed away 7 years ago. So tonight, this poem is for him, this poem is for you, this poem is for me. It's about why everything's fucking rad and why we should care. Science tells me that every year we exchange 98% of our atoms with the universe. If this is true, it means that you, me, we could be anything. So make me a pigeon, a batfish, a cactus finch, an a strangler fig. Make me cyanobacteria and bioluminescence, diatoms and viruses, lichens, cleaner fish, the bird friends of hippopotamus. I want to be a complex structure living symbiotically within your body. So make me a really good mystery, like something even creation science can't explain. No, make me something that creation science tries to explain, like dinosaur bones or Down syndrome. Or make me something that nobody wants to have to explain, like glaciers, growlers, uranium mines, tantalum mines. Or make me something that needs no more explanation, like microfleece or pajamas with feet, the 2% less to be a chimpanzee, and coffee. Make me lots of coffee, and cocoa leaves and banyan trees, mycelium and parakeets. Make me everybody's favorite pair of jeans and a band no one else has ever heard of. I want to be all the broken umbrellas on West Coast streets. And don't make me live on the West Coast anymore. No, don't make me live anywhere anymore. Let me be the weather, and then I will keep summer under my armpit and give everyone a little shine whenever I feel like it. Now, make me something like that. An agitation, like a Somali pirate, or Rod Stewart Sadie's mullet, or Farley Mowat. Yeah, make me something delightful. My friend R.C. Waslowski's huge laughter, the books he keeps in his kitchen cupboards. Yeah, make me a novel, make me a collection. A prairie dog's den, a city rat's nook, a whiskey jack's nest. Make me one pebble in the gravel pit. Or make me something dangerous. The nipple in the adulterer's lips, the teeth in the saw, the tip of the harpoon, the beer in the frat boy's bloodstream, the heroin in the flap. And when you're done with that, universe, I'm not very impressed with the way people in charge have been running things these days. Just gonna say it. So let me manage our resources. We will be oxidizing pockets of fury, willing and ready to envelope simple, curiously divine molecules, and then exploit them for something hotter than the magma we came from. Just let us all vibrate at a higher frequency next time. Let our remaining 2% always be the best 2%, and don't let us be strangers anymore. Just look at all the things we are. Just look at all the things we have. Just look at you. Look at each other. Just look at each other. You can do this, Calgary. Toronto couldn't do it, but you guys can do it. Look at each other. Look at me. Turn your face towards mine when the clouds begin to part. I love you, and I want to transfer atoms when the wind blows. Thank you so much for having me, Calgary.